The quest for revenge continues. The bride is back for the final cut. She will kill Bill. The bride is driving a car and claims that just one target is left, assuming Ella has died. She's on her way to face Bill. Chapter 6. The Massacre at Two Pines. The Two Pines Wedding Chapel in El Paso, Texas, is hosting a wedding dress rehearsal. Reverend Harmony and his wife decide that, in the absence of the bride's relatives, the groom's relatives and friends can sit on either side of the aisle. The bride goes outside for some fresh air and gets startled to hear flute music. On the porch, she catches Bill playing his flute. She asks him to be nice, and he replies that he is unfamiliar with kindness, but will try to be sweet. When she returns to the hall, she introduces Bill as her father and dismisses the fiancé's idea that he give her away during the ceremony. Reverend Harmony calls the bride and groom to the front of the chapel, while Bill remains at the back. Outside the chapel, 4 assassins emerge. They advance in a single line into the chapel, setting off a hail of gunfire that kills everyone inside except the bride and Bill. Returning to the present, Bill visits his younger brother, Bud, a sidewinder, in his isolated caravan. He warns Bud about the bride, stressing that she would not hesitate to kill him unless he allows Bill to protect him. Bud, casually drinking during their chat, considers whether they should face their fate, because the bride is entitled to retribution. He then infuriates Bill by revealing that he pawned the invaluable samurai sword, a gift from Bill, for just $250. Chapter 7. The Lonely Grave of Paula Schultz. Bud works as a bouncer at a local strip club. He comes to work 20 minutes late and notices there are no clients in the club. He speaks briefly with Jay, the barman, before being called to the office by his hot-tempered, coke-snorting boss, Larry Gomez. Larry argues with Bud in the office about being late again, and Bud responds by claiming that there is no one in the bar and he has no need to be there. Larry cancels all of Bud's planned hours and orders him not to return to work until he hears from him. In the pub, Bud agrees to clean up after a damaged toilet that a stripper called Rocket says is overflowing. After returning to his trailer, Bud suddenly halts in front of it, his gaze focused. Though he enters the trailer, his attention remains on the window. Unknown to him, the bride hides behind the trailer and presses herself against the wall to avoid detection. As Bud opens the door, he fires a shotgun loaded with rock salt, striking the bride in the chest. Wounded, she collapses to the ground, and Bud administers a sedative. Subsequently, he calls Elle Driver, offering to sell her the bride's Hattori Hanzo sword for $1 million. Elle agrees to meet with him the following morning, stipulating that the bride must meet her death in agony, suffering until her last breath. Bud and a friend of his dig a large trench in the ground within a neighboring cemetery, planning to bury the injured bride alive. Once the grave has been set up, the bride is faced with an unsettling choice. If she doesn't resist, she will be given a torch. Otherwise, Bud will blind her with mace before burying her in darkness. Choosing the torch, she is placed inside a coffin and sealed within while the lid is hammered shut. Bud and his friend then place the casket in the grave and cover it with soil. Initially petrified with fear, the bride takes refuge in memories of her tough training with Pei Mei. Chapter 8. The Cruel Tutelage of Pei Mei. In a flashback, Bill and the bride are sitting near a campfire somewhere in China. Bill discusses his kung fu master, Pei Mei, and the iconic 5-point palm exploding heart method. This fatal method comprises landing 5 accurate blows on certain pressure points on the body. The victim's heart then explodes after 5 steps. Pei Mei did not teach Bill or anyone else this skill, preferring to keep it to himself. At the base of the stairs leading to Pei Mei's abode in a remote area of China, Bill informs the bride that Pei Mei has agreed to accept her as his disciple. Despite Bill's visibly bruised face, he remains tight-lipped about the cause of his injuries. However, He sternly cautions her against displaying any disrespect or disobedience towards Pei-me, emphasizing the deadly consequences she would face. As she ascends the steps, the bride swiftly experiences humiliation at the hands of Pei-me, who disparages her combat abilities and ethnicity. He challenges her to land a single blow on him, a task she fails to accomplish. Pei-me threatens to sever her hand as punishment, asserting his ownership over it, and insisting that she strengthen it. Over the ensuing weeks, the bride undergoes rigorous training, grappling with the most challenging aspect of delivering a forceful blow with her fist to puncture a thick wooden plank at close range. Returning to the present, the bride, still trapped in the coffin, successfully removes her boots and frees her feet. She uses a straight razor hidden within her boot to cut her bonds, releasing her hands. She continuously punches the coffin lid until it breaks. She then crawls outside, covered in dirt, and enters a local diner. She maintains her cool and quietly asks for a glass of water. Chapter 9, Elle and I. The bride journeys a long way over the desert and into the mountains. She gets to Bud's trailer in time to see Elle arriving. Elle enters the trailer and hands Bud a red suitcase full of cash. As Bud excitedly opens the bag, basking in the money, he is unexpectedly attacked by a poisonous black mamba snake hidden among the piles of cash. Elle expresses guilt, admitting that she regrets such a vile creature as Bud killing the bride, feeling she deserved a worthier adversary. Elle calls Bill and falsely claims that the bride murdered Bud, but she assures him that she eliminated the bride. Elle also reveals the site where the bride was buried alive, and the bride's actual name for the first time, Beatrix Kiddo. The bride jumps in and instantly attacks Elle, beginning a lengthy and vicious fight between the two. During the fierce battle, the bride asks Elle how she lost her eye, to which she responds that Pei-me gouged it out as punishment for her conduct. Elle poisoned Pei-me and murdered him as a form of retribution. Elle takes hold of the bride's sword. However, the bride discovers another katana in a golf bag, which was a present from Bill to Bud. Elle appreciates the irony of using the bride's weapon against her. However, at a moment of close proximity, the bride pulls out Elle's remaining eye and crushes it underfoot. Instead of delivering a fatal blow, the bride exits the trailer, leaving Ellie behind as the black mamba lurking nearby adds to the chaos, prompting Elle's screams and curses. Last chapter, Face to Face. In Mexico, the bride pays a visit to Esteban Viejo, a courteous retired pimp who was previously Bill's mentor. She asks for information on Bill's location, and after some hesitation, Esteban agrees. He feels that Bill would be quite interested in seeing her. She enters Bill's hacienda with caution, holding her gun, only to be stunned and moved to tears when she sees Bill and their small daughter, both alive and playing with toy guns. She spends some quality time with her daughter, who eventually falls asleep. The bride then approaches Bill. A warning shot from Bill's gun puts the bride in her seat, which is followed by a dart with truth serum. She explains why she left him. She wanted to protect their kid from becoming assassins like them. Bill is bewildered, questioning the bride's capability to change and viewing her as a naturally born killer. He asks if she felt pleasure in eliminating the other targets on her revenge list, and under the effects of truth serum, she admits that she did. They resolve to settle their differences with a sword battle on the beach. However, as they are sitting on Bill's patio, he launches an unexpected attack. In return, the bride uses the 5-point palm exploding heart technique to strike him. They exchange a heartfelt goodbye before Bill makes his final steps and falls to death. The bride leaves with her daughter to begin a new chapter in their life. The lioness has rejoined her cub, and all is right in the jungle. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.